Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Ticket to Ride. So, since you guys seem to like my Terraforming Mars video before, I figured, you know what, let me stick my head out there and take a look-see into another physical board game turned digital. Now, unlike Terraforming Mars, which I had never played the physical version of, Ticket to Ride is a game that I actually own the physical version of and have played in real life, and I happen to like it quite a bit. And I was delighted to find there a digital version of it. So, you know what? Let's dive right in. Now, unlike my Terraforming Mars video, this game plays a lot quicker, so it'll just be a single episode rather than a 3-episode deal from before. Right then, let's play. We want local, and I am Pinstar. All right. How many people do we want? Let's get 4 people. Well, 3 AIs plus myself. That's usually a good amount here. And let us play. And yes, you can do online multiplayer with this, just like with Terraforming Mars. Okay, so the object of this game is to basically lay down your rail network. We have a total of 45 railway spaces to lay down, so do all of our opponents. The game ends when somebody gets down to 2 or fewer, so you don't necessarily get, or you're not necessarily guaranteed to play all your railway spaces. But now, the primary objective is to play railroad tiles by collecting cards, which I'll get into in just a moment. But our first thing is we have to select destinations. We are given 3 destination cards, basically 2 sets of cities that the game wants us to hook up. Of these 3, we have to pick at least 2. Although if we're feeling adventuresome, we can pick all 3 if we really wanted to. I'm going to pick 2 that I think will synergize. Chicago to LA is a good one. 16 points. The longer the route, the more points you generally get for it. And then we can combo that into. I mean, we could do that to head down, although that's kind of inefficient. Our alternative here is New York to Atlanta. No, that doesn't really jive very well. I think, yeah, Dula to Houston. It's kind of a crappy set of routes, but we're gonna have to make deal. Well, I guess we could go here to here, here, and then swing low, because these are two some very high scoring things. Okay. So the way things work here is, in order to lay down your trains, you need to have a number of cars equal to the color of the track. So, for example, to go from Dula to Chicago, we need 3 red cars. We have 0 reds, so not making that route anytime soon. Now, the gray ones can be of any color, but they have to be of the same color within each other. So I couldn't do like a green and a lavender here for this route. It would have to be 2 green or 2 lavender or 2 white or 2 black or whatever. So what we want to do is we want to kind of plan out our route and see what colors we need. So we're going to want to collect reds for this little thing right here, of which we have none. Here we can get greens or whites. We already have a green and already have a white, and there's a green up on offer here. These 2 can be of anything. And then these 2 could be of anything. We're going to want to save our greens, actually, because we're going to be making this big, long one. So I'm going to want to fulfill this route with the whites. All right, so let's get drafted. So basically, as far as drafting your cards, you can either pick up to 2 cards. You either pick a card from here or draw blindly from the deck. Now there are special wild cards, which I'll show you in a moment. But let's go for green. We want to start building up our greens. And that gets replaced. Oh, perfect, a white. We want the white. Actually, we want a little of everything, but we can get started sort of laying down our track here. You generally want to get the color-specific stuff going first. We can also start working on black here, because white will be easy to get. Black, we have a lot more to do, so let's grab the black. All right, now our opponents go, and they get the same rules as us. Now you might be saying, well, here's the locomotive, and it's a wild card. It counts as any color. So why wouldn't you just grab the wild card? Why were my opponents grabbing cards other than the locomotive? Well, the way it works is if you grab a locomotive, that's your only draw for the turn. Your turn ends. You do not get a second turn. Now, you can still get locomotives as sort of for freebies if you blind draw them. If I were to blind draw from the deck here and get a locomotive, it wouldn't end my turn. I would get my second draw. But again, you're leaving that up to chance. If you want a guaranteed locomotive, then you're going to have to end your turn there. All right. Let's see. We've got a couple of blues up on offer. We could use the blues. We could use the blues on this little leg right here. And generally, you want to fill out the ones that are easy to be blocked and hard to get around. So we're going to want to grab our blues. And we know we're going to get 2 blues because there's at least 2 already on there. Wow, there's tons of blues. See, you can either draw cards or play things. And deciding when to draw your cards and when to play your stuff is a big part of this game. Since there are 2 cards that I know I can use, I'm going to grab the green. I'm going to grab the white. Ooh, okay. We're still not blocked, but that is cutting it close. We're gonna want to stake our claim here, just in case they kind of want to use that route. We do not want to get blocked off from this little route right here. Phew. That was too close. Alright, I'm going to grab a pair of oranges, use that for our next little generic-y one here. Because I do not trust what red is doing down here, so I'm going to stake my claim down here. Then we just have this one little bunny hop over to Houston. Hey, quit hogging the greens. Okay, do I need prodigious amounts of purples for anything? Not really. Yeah. I mean, not unless I'm going to be going to Chicago by way of Toronto, but that's taking things out of a little further. Not that that's a problem. I mean, all the game really cares about is that you connect your cities. It does not care how far out of your way you go to connect them. It never has to be efficient. All right, being that our choices here are a little meh, I think I'm going to use my turn to play more cards because I have it. I'm going to use my whites here for Chicago to St. Louis. Also, the points we score are listed down here. The longer the route, the more points you get per card. So a 6-length route will score you 15 points. That's kind of what I want to go the boom, 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 boom. That's 2 6-length routes. Now, those are tricky to build, but they're worth a crap ton of points. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna take my singleton here because I know we need to go down to Houston. They're not very efficient, but we got to make that route. Boy, nobody is giving anything up here. Well, we have enough variety of stuff that, yeah, that's worth it to blind draw. All right, we got our reds going. Everyone's blind drawing. Nobody wants to touch the cards here. Not that I blame them. Well, we can, because, yeah, we've got, how many different colors are we gunning for? We're gunning for greens, we're gunning for reds, we're gunning for blacks at the moment. Because we've pretty much fleshed out everything else. So, yeah. Oh, there's a red and an orange. Don't need the orange, but... Oh, for Pete's sake, people. I'm going to break this stalemate and just take a damn locomotive. get some freaking work done here. I mean, we have 3 different colors. We might... Oh, hey, freebie locomotive. And a black. All right, I'm glad I blind drew there. Yeah, there is some luck involved with this, I'll admit. But, Now, we could finish this green route right here. But I don't know... I don't think anyone else is threatening to finish it. They don't necessarily know that this is the way I'm going to go, because all they've seen... See, our destination cards are hidden from them, just as I don't know where their destinations are. So they don't know they should be blocking my Chicago to Dula, because I haven't really, you know, I'm here in Chicago, but I could literally go anywhere from Chicago, just as I could literally go anywhere in Houston. Whereas if you start you can start routes in 2 different locations, but if you start trying to connect them in the middle, it's easy for an opponent to put 2 and 2 together, like, aha, he's trying to connect these cities, I can block them. And block them they will. More so the human players than AI. Well, one good blind draw deserves another. Ew. Alright, good. 3 reds. Uh-oh. Okay, that makes me a little nervous. Because he could be gunning for the black here. They could also be gunning for the green. Yeah, nervous on both fronts here. Alright, well, I'm going to slap down my green because I do not trust you. 15 points in the bag. I'm going to start grabbing aggressively for... Oh... We can play our reds here to stall out. Maybe someone will break the stalemate. And I mean, as a last recourse, we could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if he blocks here, that's not the end of the world, but I'd rather score the 15 points because we've already got 3 black. But let's, stall for time. Play that route. Alright, we already completed one of our routes. Now, once you complete routes, you can draw more of them. The problem with the routes is that there's no guarantees. If you don't finish a route by the end of the game, you lose the number of points on the ticket. Whereas if you do finish the thing, you get that many points. So it is a big risk-reward balance that you must maintain. I'm gonna just... I'm gonna brute force it with these locomotives because I do not trust you. That'll give us what we need. No, nobody play on that black. Phew, alright, glad we claimed this one. Alright, let's get our route. Bam! 15 points. Got our ticket. And as you can see, we've been using up our trains as we play through here. And we're actually ahead of the curve here compared to our other people. We've completed our 2 routes, but it's early enough and there's enough life left in the game for us to go hunting for new tickets. Now, when you take your turn to take new tickets, you're offered another 3. You have to take at least one. So if they happen to be mothballs, you might get stuck with something. But you also might get something really good. Let's see what we get here. Alright, Seattle, New York. No. Probably not. Denver to Pittsburgh. That's more doable. Calgary to Salt Lake City. Do I want to try my hand at... What's one that would use a lot of pink? Or the lavender, rather. This one would involve a lot of lavender, actually, because there's a lot of lavender for the taking. Yeah, actually, that would make this one really easy. Alright, Denver to Pittsburgh, I think. I mean, it doesn't really make good use of our existing infrastructure. The dream is to have a new route that already uses half your infrastructure. But Denver to Pittsburgh, I think, is going to be the correct answer. Welp, well, we can go down like this. Alright, I'm going to start grabbing for purples. Or lavenders. guys are making me nervous. Yeah, thankfully nobody wants that color, so I know nobody's after that route. All right, looks like they're getting more tickets too. All right. I do want to do our. I do want to get 3 oranges to make this jump right here, and since there are 2 oranges up on offer. Oh no! No! I thought nobody wanted the purples! You bastards! Now I have all these damn purples that I don't need. Oh. Here, I was trying to be efficient. Sadness. And this is tough because these both require black or orange, so using one on here is not going to really help me out. I mean, I guess I could do 1, 2, 3, 4 up, over, and here. Yeah. I don't trust you further than I can throw you, you damn AI. Yeah, I can't even do like the Hail Mary of it. I mean, I guess I could go up and up. Yeah, let's secure that so at least we can grab Pittsburgh proper. Pissed that I can't use my 4 purples though. Yeah, maybe they could sense that I was grabbing too many purples for my own good. The alternative here is, with all these purples, just drop a giant purple line. Even though we don't need it, we can help us with longest route. That's an end game bonus you can get. So it'd just be good points in general. Yeah, let's blind draw. Ooh, that worked out in my favor. Ooh, glad I got you. Alright, people, give me another purple. Yeah, I think I can just go ba-doom, like that. I mean, the dream would be to loop around back here, because that would make it all part of the longest route. But I don't have nearly enough whites to pull that off. And, well, actually, their block count, Marg here is making me a little nervous, but not that nervous. You know, we could do that. That would give us a really good push for longest route. So, we're going to go white here. And then I think for this 3-fur, we can use blues. Blind draw. Ooh, tasty. You... Ugh! Alright, well, at least I didn't commit too hard to that. Now, to make sure they completely don't shut me down, let's just make sure we do secure some part of Denver before it becomes completely isolated. Oh, you bastards. You are reaching. Alright, well, let's get our 6 down. We'll secure those points. Yeah, we'll draft the 2 greens. Yeah, everyone's playing aggressively here. There. Phew, got our route. I don't really feel comfortable taking another ticket here. We're gonna want to just gun for another nice long route or 2. Like, we got 10 blocks. If we could go bada-boom, we get a nice couple of things and extend the length of our route proper. Because we're kind of boxed in over here. Let's see. Yellows or pinks? Well, we already put a whole lot of pinks in there. Although I just spent a lot of pink, so they're probably going to be back in the wild. So let's go pink. Actually, we can do pink up this way, so let's go yellow. Do I want to go for... Or do I want to risk another 15, 11... This could be really dumb of me if I do this. No, I'm gonna play conservatively here. Dang it. Let's just keep grabbing those. I mean, we could do 1, 2, 3 on the end here to, or heck, we could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, why draw that? Oh, yeah. End the game. So we gotta make something happen with our thing. Let's see. I mean, we could go for a 4-fur, but I wanna extend the length of my route ultimately here. Because that can secure some extra points for us. Alright, let's tally the points. Alright, we get our route. We got Los Angeles to Chicago. Denver to Pittsburgh. Winnipeg to Little Rock for red. Denver to El Paso. Lost 17 points on that one. Toronto, Miami, success. Duluth to El Paso, success. Chicago to New Orleans. And Montreal to New Orleans. Ooh, double New Orleans. And we get longest route. So that's worth an extra 10 points. Victory! So that, my friends, was Ticket to Ride. Fun little game, quick, interesting, simpler than Terraforming Mars, but there is some deeper strategy to be had, especially when you have other human opponents and you are all looking to screw each other over. So I hope you guys liked this. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!